HTB family, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball. Hope you guys are well. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate it very, very much. Look, if you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. But in saying that, this is the NRL Round 9 tips video, and I've called this Before the Magic for obvious reason. You know what's happening next week. I know what's happening next week. I'm going to be there. Are you be there? Can't wait to see you guys. But look, in saying that, without further ado, I'm very, very excited to get these tips underway. But before I get into it, hit that intro. First game, Rabbitohs against the Broncos in a game that I've called Reynolds Was Here. This game is quite emotional for obvious reason. We have Reynolds playing, but guess what? It's for the Broncos, and guess where? Over there where the Rabbitohs are, and it's actually going to be very, very pumped up, I think, anyway. You got the likes of Walker, right, lining up, against Reynolds as well, right? The old teammates, it's going to be quite interesting. So the Broncos, unfortunately, have Haas as well as Capel out, but their ins, thankfully, Carrigan and as well as Mam and Turpin and James, who make it on the reserves. For the Rabbitohs, they've got Shaq Mitchell out. Look, like I said, in saying that it's going to be a good game. Now, the three players to watch out for the Rabbitohs, I've got Walker, I've got Cameron Murray, and also I've got Jai Arrow. And for the Broncos, I have, as I've said, Adam Reynolds, Corey Oates, and also, look out for this one here, Patrick Carrigan. Those are the players I have there to look out for. Now, in terms of this game, it's going to be very physical, very emotional. Can the emotion win? Adam Reynolds, is he ready? I think he is. I'm going to be tipping the Broncos here for the upset. Is it going to be really much of an upset, though? I'm not sure. But yeah, I think Broncos for me. I think. You know what? Stuff it. Rabbitohs. Rabbitohs for me. There, okay, Rabbitohs. It's the Raiders against the Bulldogs in the game that I've called Sticky's Last Spark. A lot of pressure is happening towards Raiders and the coach now. Obviously, a few losses have strung and they're not looking good at the moment. So the ins for the Raiders are Whitehead as well as Crocker, which is good to see. And then for the Bulldogs, you have Naden as well as Jackson, their captain, returning. The outs, unfortunately, see Whiten as well as Valime out. And then for the Bulldogs, there are no outs. Three players to look out for: Arapana, Chance Nicole Cookstad, who makes it back at fullback, as well as Sutton. And then for the Bulldogs, I have Josh Erika, Biondi Oro, as well as Bangai Jr. Look out for those players. But in saying that, in this game here, the Bulldogs, in my opinion, have a lot of momentum, beating the Roosters as well, which bodes well for them heading into what they need to do. In saying that, though, Raiders are desperate at home. Look, I think I'm going to have to give this one here to the Raiders. If the Raiders hold on, it's good. If they don't, these trouble, but Raiders for me. Right, sees the Panthers hosting the Eels in the game that I said. Who's the best in the West, right? You got the likes of To'o, who's making his return on the reserves list anyway. And then for the Eels, you have Opachich. Now, in this game here, it's going to be quite intense in the sense that, you got bragging rights. These two rich history clubs, right? They love to have a bit of rivalry, and they do. Look, in saying that, though, three players to look out for the Panthers. You got Cleary, James Fisher-Harris, as well as Luai. And then for the Eels, I've got down players like Papali. Obviously, you've got Mitchell Moses and Clint Gutherson. Again, players to look out for. In saying that, in this game here, I think it's going to be a very tight game, particularly in the forwards. Look for the likes of Regan Campbell-Gillard, as well as Madison, to line up against your Kikals, Fisher-Harris's, so on and so forth. So in saying that, those will be a tense game. But I think Cleary and the boys are going to pull it. They're the team that's looking good at the moment. So for me, I'm going to tip the Panthers. Manly hosting the Tigers in a game that I've called People Come and People Go, right? Tom Trbojevic, Aloiai, Olakauatu, as well as Utoi Kamanu and Simpkin make their ways to their respective teams. And unfortunately, at the same time as they go in, other players come out. So for the Manly, you have Lawton, Saab, as well as Parker. And for the Tigers, you got Norfolk Luma as well as Leiloa, two pivotal key players, so be on the watch out for that. Now, the Tigers, though they lost that game against the Dragons, I think they can take much momentum. They can take a bit of it, actually. I think they're a team that, though has been up and down, still on the up, right? Manly, a bit up and down, but in saying, obviously, probably better form than Tigers are. They didn't enjoy that loss, right? They're going to be learning that loss against. They're going to be learning from that loss against the Rabbitohs. Granted, it is what it is. But I look in this game here, I've got the likes of Tom Turbo, Jake Trbojevic, you know what I mean? DCE to lead the way. And for the Tigers, Utoi Kamanu is a big addition in my opinion. But I've got the likes of To'a, as well as Brooks and Tuilangi as well. Again, just a big match here. But I think for me, I wanted to tip Roosters playing the Titans in the game that I've called Pick Your Poison. The reason why I said it is both these teams, their form hasn't been the best as of late, right? Roosters losing to the Bulldogs. Titans, well, they've lost to a few teams actually. Now the ins are Tupou as well as Momorovsky for the Roosters. And for the Titans, you have the likes of Campbell, as well as Sefo Fifita, as well as Paul Turner in the reserves. Now whether the coach switches them and changes them remains to be seen, but that's what we have for now. For the outs, we have is Kerrigan for the Roosters, and then Dave Fifita, big out for the Titans. Free players to look out for, you have Tupou, Crichton, as well as Tedesco for the Roosters. And for the Titans, you have Tino Fa'asua, Maliawi, Kelly, as well as Sexton. Look for this game here to be a fast game, but I think the experience and just the... Look, there's a lot of pressure over there, you know, at Bondi, whether you like it or not, there is. And I'm not saying there isn't at the Titans too, and that's what I mean by pick your poison. Any of these teams could come out and win. That's the reality. That's the way their form has been. I know Titans are desperate. I know Roosters are too. When you get these two teams, it's the psychology behind it. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. But I'm saying that, look, for me, I'm going to pick the Roosters here at home. Yeah, look, Titans can't afford to lose a game, or this one here, to be honest. But I think they will. Roosters for me. Sees the Cowboys against the Knights in a game that I've called the Slaughterhouse. That's right. Quite ironic, really, because the Cowboys are sitting at 3rd, Knights are at 16th, and there's only one team here that looks very good. Cowboys basically have an unchanged squad. 3 players to look out for: Taumololo, Townsend, as well as Tabuai Fido, which will be a good addition. Knights, their ins are Young, as well as Tex Hoy, and the 3 players to look out for them: Frizzell, Thompson, as well as Ponga. I don't need to go too much into what the Knights are going through at the moment. It's quite hectic. There's a lot of pressure there. If you were to rate it on a scale, I think it probably breaks. Ponga, the captain, a lot of things heading his way. The coach, Adam O'Brien. The Knights need to try and get a win, but is this the team to face to do it against? I don't think so. Cowboys will be too good at home, surely, you think, especially with the way the things are going there at the moment. Cowboys. Then the game sees the Storm against the Dragons in a game that I've called Dragon the Storm. That's right, a bit of a pun there for you guys. The Storm at the moment, obviously, they're playing really well. Their ins are Jordan Grant. Their outs are Moiroa. For the Dragons, their ins are Jack Bird. Now, for the Storm, you got the likes of Pappenhuisen, Coates, and Hughes to look out for the Dragons. Mone, Lomax, as well as Hunt, in my opinion. Again, Dragons have had the odd win over them, but again, you know, I don't know how it's going to go now. I think a lot of the momentum is on the side of the Storm, and they're just storming them together, honestly. You know, rain after rain after rain, thunder after thunder. They're playing well. Look, in saying that, in terms of tipping, I'm going to have to tip the Storm here. I think it's going to be a very, might be an open game, so to speak. So, Storm for me. The last game of the round sees the Cronulla Sharks hosting the New Zealand Warriors. But in saying that, I have my own little video on that one there, so I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give you guys my thoughts. Stay tuned my next video to find out, right? Thank you. Guys, before I go off, this is the HTB guarantee. That's right, where I give you guys one guaranteed winner in these games here. You ready? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, yes, in this game here, I'm going to be backing the Panthers to beat the Eels. That's right, the Panthers to beat the Eels. HTB guarantee. It's a pretty tight one, to be honest, but I'll be backing the Panthers here. Panthers to beat the Eels in this game. Guarantee it, stamp it, see what happens, but that's it. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my tips. I thank you very much for watching. Give me your thoughts on it. What are your thoughts, you know? But take it easy. See you guys next time. And if you want your team to win, what are you going to do? Hold the ball. Take it easy. See you guys next time.